This is Stuff You Like, you can call me Ursa, and while favourite isn't necessarily the same as best, it is usually the one you had the most fun with. And 10 is my favourite. Nobody expected Christopher Eccleston to leave after just one season, and so the second series is written in very much the same style. The Doctor has a very similar voice. The only difference is the attitude that the two actors bring towards the character. The arc is less a brand new thing than a continuation of what was happening to Nine in the previous series. Nine's arc is about learning to deal with the trauma of the Time War and the guilt of the dead, and Ten's arc, at least in the beginning, also deals with the Time War, but focuses more on the living. If Nine errs on the side of being too cold and alien and remote to keep himself safe, to wall himself off from all of the people that he travels with, then Ten gets too involved sometimes. And then that doesn't really work, and so he withdraws into himself, and that doesn't really work, so he goes all Time Lord victorious, and that doesn't really work either. Honestly, most of the New Who Doctor's approaches, regardless of the regeneration, don't seem to work very well. I guess the Doctor is just a very broken character. That's part of what makes him so interesting. Series 2 in particular is probably the most human that the Doctor gets, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But regardless of this, you've got your Tooth and Claw, which is stupid but awesome, and you've got your Girl in the Fireplace, which I liked except for the last 5 stupid minutes, and you've got School Reunion, which I really liked, and you've got the Satan Pit and the Impossible Planet, and you've also got Doomsday, which I cried buckets at, so I really enjoyed Series 2. I mean, I fully understand that objectively speaking, it's not actually that good, but man did I like it a lot. A lot. And then there's Series 3 with Martha and the Master, and I don't like a lot of the choices they made with Martha, but as a character, you know, I like her. If we met, I think we would be friends, so that's nice. And there's a lot of pain in Series 3, possibly just going a tad overboard with the, you know, wobbly lips at times, which isn't too good. But Martha does get the best exit, I think, of all of the New Who companions so far. Every single one. She makes the choice to walk away for very good reasons. Even if Series 3 does have what Jacob from Television Without Pity referred to as Tinkerbell Jesus 10, which I think rather sums it up. I'm a little weirded out that Television Without Pity no longer exists. I don't quite know what to do with that. Anyway. My favourite season with David Tennant, and a strong contender for my favourite season overall, is Series 4 because Donna. Donna is my favourite of all of the New Who companions because Donna's just awesome, and Donna and the Doctor are best buddies in time and space. And non-sexual relationships between a male-female duo on television is so vanishingly rare that I really want to celebrate that. I mean, if you don't have a father-daughter relationship, you're supposed to pepper that shiz with enough unresolved sexual tension to float a battleship, and I'm really glad that they didn't. And so I genuinely love everything about Donna and the Doctor and awesome pals in time and space. Which is why Donna's ending, having reflected upon it, made me cross. It's a fictional show. You could have written her another ending. You could have written her any other ending except for one that stripped her of her agency in so vital a way and literally reset the clock on her character development. Do not want. And Ten's ending is a similar shambles. Writing-wise, it is spitting in the stew pot, and that's just rude. David Tennant had been the Doctor for 5 years and he was hugely beloved. He was massively popular. People really had time to sort of take him into their hearts and, you know, they really liked him as the Doctor. I really liked him as the Doctor. But everything has its time, as Sarah Jane says. Everything ends. And to end in a way that suggests that you don't want to keep going. Well, I know you're leaving the show, Russell T Davies, and I know that David Tennant is also leaving the show, and I know that you've just wrapped up all of the stories of all of the companions so far, but spitting in the stew pot. That was rude, Russell T Davies. That was rude and not ginger. But regardless of how he ends, There's always a doctor that starts you on the show, and then there's a doctor that kind of cements you as a fan, and sometimes they're the same one, and sometimes they're not. And David Tennant is the doctor who cemented me as a fan, and so he, again, will always have a very special place in my heart. Right in there between chocolate and Welshie. Hang on. Oh, speak of angels. Hello?
Hi! We can't be friends anymore.
You what?
I just watched your last episode and, well, do you want a list of the things? I mean, you stole my hat and you refused to give it back to me. You took me on a tour of England in your car and, quite frankly, your driving terrifies me. You terrify me just because of the way you are and how sarcastic you are and how scary you are and how mean you are and how cruel you are and the fact that you managed to put a camera above my bed. Kind of all the things I want to be in life, including being a woman. Enough on that. And above all else, you like Rose.
Wait a minute, Rose? I think you might be an episode behind. Anyway, first of all, I already explained why I liked Rose. In the episode, in fact. And second, you're not going to change my mind. People have different opinions on things. I like Rose.
But she's horrible. She is the worst Doctor Who companion of all time. My God, the woman is out of this world. Even Stephen Moffat brought her back as Sod in Bad Wolf in the 50th anniversary special. But Rose, just in general. Life or death situation, I'm going to be jealous because there's people talking to the Doctor. So why the hell have you put Rose in a favourable video, huh? Hello? Hello?